Angel Numbers by Doreen. Magical Unicorns by Doreen. Ascended Masters. It's missing a cover, but by Doreen. Saints and Angels by Doreen. Healing with the Fairies by Doreen. Let's see, Messages from Your Angels by Doreen. Goddess Guidance Oracle Cards by Doreen. Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle Cards by Doreen. Magical Mermaids and Dolphins by Doreen. Shall I continue? Probably not. Now, returning to the topic at hand. All of these. I mean, I know Doreen will never ever watch this video. However, if for some reason it would happen, I would say to her, woman, I am never ever 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 throwing these card decks out, or the Angel Numbers book, or any other books. I don't really have a lot of her books, but your books, you know, that's in case she would ever watch. I know she won't, but you know, that's what I would say to her. They are never getting thrown out, like, ever. Hey there, it's me ReGina, and welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel, the channel where I do post spirituality kind of videos. And today's video is inspired by the infamous A to Z list of New Age practices to avoid and why by Doreen Virtues. Just to recap, especially if you have randomly come across this video, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Doreen is or was well known in spiritual New Age community worldwide for her angel work. She was known as the Angel Lady. She taught classes on being an angel therapy practitioner and also mediumship, communicating with the dead. Classes she taught, and she wrote a lot of books on angels and fairies and goddesses and ascended masters. She has created a lot of card decks, oracle card decks, angel card decks, fairy card decks, unicorn, mermaid, goddess, saints and angels card decks. And not only that, she gained a lot of attention, I guess, and her, how would I call it, like following? I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but you know, people who were interested in what she had to say and interested in reading her books and taking her classes. She was known for being this positive, accept all, don't judge, empowering, motivating, for motivation. She was known for that, for motivating people to be themselves and to trust their feelings and trust their connections with angels and God and other spiritual beings. I did take her angel therapy practitioner class in person in 2006, and mediumship class also in person in 2007. And I'm saying in person because I believe later on she did start to offer them online as well. There's a lot of like synchronicities and angel experiences that led me to take her classes. I can say that the biggest thing that I got from her classes was that I felt more self-confident in communicating with angels and the dead and other spiritual beings, in trusting my gut feeling, and empowered and inspired and motivated. I also gained a lot of friends in person, also in online community that's specifically for all her students. So that was my experience, and I do use her card decks, and I will continue to use card decks for my personal, like for personal reasons, and for professionals in my spiritual work. In other words, I can confirm also from the personal experience that her vibes and what she put out was positive and empowering and motivational. And then she went, I think it's a little over a year ago, she announced that she is born again Christian, and that I feel like would have been completely fine. Everyone can change their beliefs, and if they want to, or for whatever reasons. But then, and what I believe started the whole big deal from her conversion, was that she denounced all her previous work. She told people to throw out all her card decks and tarot decks and just things that her new self didn't approve of. And then she came out just very recently with the A to Z list of New Age practices to avoid and a why, in which she basically not only told that all basically what she was talking about in the past, angels, fairies, even unicorns, goddesses, empowerment, motivation, law of attraction, that those are evil. I'm simplifying it. Basically, they're evil, and she had longer explanations for each one of them. But also, she put it down and talked down to and told they are evil, like other spiritual practices, some of them that have been around before even Christianity. And I believe that's where the big problem started, where like she seemed to have not just been able to switch her beliefs and just move on, but she had to despite the fact that she has talked in some videos. I did some research and watched bits and pieces of some of her latest videos, where I did hear her say that she is not judgmental now that she has changed. She's still not judgmental. However, the lists that she created clearly shows that she's not only judgmental, but like very judgmental. And that's where I think the big problem has started. I've seen in the community of students of hers, and I've seen it among people who just have enjoyed her work, her books and card decks, like haven't necessarily been her students, that there is a lot of confusion. That has created a lot of confusion, and people are disappointed, people are angry, people are judging her, and one of the big things that has come up that I've seen is, and it happened a lot like at the very, very beginning when she told people to just throw out all her previous work, was a lot of people were just confused, like, what do I do now? I can't believe angels now. Angels are bad now, and so really, and I should throw all my books now out. And some people did throw all the books out, and some threw out because they went with her new beliefs, like followed her with her new in her new belief journey, also converted, I guess, we could say. And some threw out just because they had been, I guess, very loyal to her and her beliefs, and now if that's, she is now saying that all her previous work is now evil and we should throw it out, then we're throwing it out. And then some people were just confused, like, what do I do? And some people, I guess like me, I'm like, I'm never throwing anything out. So there's a lot of confusion, and I want to talk a little bit about this. This one thing that I feel like it's important that we can take from this whole situation, the whole situation, that it's important for us to have our own beliefs, to have them clear, to take whatever we learn from anybody. Like, doesn't matter whether it is our next door neighbor or it is someone like Doreen, someone who is worldwide known, who is famous, well known, who's written gazillions of books and produced gazillions of card decks. Like that we take what we hear, what we learn, and we kind of filter it through our own filter, and we form our beliefs. Like, we create our own beliefs. Like, we don't just do something or believe something just because other person says it is so, or just because other person believes in it. But we take that information and we personalize it. Like, we do something with it, we make it our own, we adjust the information we get into, like, see how it fits into our world. We take the experiences that we have in relation to this information that we get, and we base our beliefs on that experience. But we don't just follow someone else's beliefs, because really, like, her changing, Doreen, or anybody for that matter, changing their beliefs, it talks about them. This whole A to Z list, it shows where she is at. It doesn't show where I'm at. It doesn't show what I believe in. It doesn't show what I think of other spiritual practices. And if we feel confident in our beliefs, what we believe based on our experiences, and just we are clear about our beliefs, then we can't possibly, I mean, I think it's like against the law of nature. We can't really be affected. Like, our beliefs in angels, for example, can't be affected by Doreen's beliefs in angels. Like, whether she believes in angels now or not, like, should not or wouldn't affect whether we believe in angels or not, just because she changed her beliefs. But if we haven't been, like, confident in our beliefs, then the less confident we are, the more confused we can get when someone in a position like she had been, with, you know, having this, being known worldwide, having a lot of people listen to her work, follow her work. It can get confusing. And also, I mean, it's important to remember that everybody is in a different place on their spiritual journey. But so some people haven't formed their beliefs yet. I mean, we don't necessarily always have, like, we're not born with all of our beliefs. But in any case, I think it's important is to, even if we are like halfway or somewhere on that journey of forming our beliefs, then think, like, how, like, what has been my experience with angels, with fairies, with the oracle cards? What have I gained? How has the information in the books that I read in this case, in Doreen's books I read, how has that made me feel? What have I experienced? I mean, I personally, when I first, I actually didn't start, like, I didn't hear about her from books, but I came across her radio shows. And so I listened to her radio shows, and I started to have different interesting angelic experiences with angels and finding feathers everywhere. And that was so cute and so fun and so exciting and just like really cool. Now, for example, when those bits and pieces of videos that I watched of hers, of her latest videos, and the list that I am reading, and just like reading some of her, I did read some comments of hers, that just comes across very fearful, very negative, very heavy, very boxed in, kind of very narrow-minded. Like, I mean, I personally, I'm just giving this as an example, like if I listen to her now and just feel out the vibes and what she's talking about, and I compare it to what the talking about angels, what her oracle card experiences, what kind of feelings it has created in me and people around me, then I am sticking with angels and with positive and empowerment instead of what she's talking about now. So I myself am confident in what is like in my beliefs and about angels and all the other magical creatures. And I think that it's for everyone more or less somehow like that, you know, that when we filter it through our filter and we look it from our perspective, then that should tell us whether we believe in angels or not, whether we should throw those books and card decks out or not, whether we should believe now the Doreen's fearful statements about angels and fairies and unicorns and all the other spiritual beings and spiritual practices or not. And I mean, if you resonate with her new approach to life and teachings, then well, that's what you resonate with, and if you don't, then don't. But I think that is one thing that we can kind of look at and take from this whole situation. And also, maybe it's a good idea to not put anybody on the pedestal and not just, you know, follow like, I don't even know how exactly this putting someone on a pedestal work, because I have never done it myself. But I guess like if we are just really looking at this one person as this guru who now like we just follow every single like teaching of this person, and now and then this person changes their mind and like, you know, moves on in a different direction. If we have looked at this person as our guru, then I think we are going to be more crashed than if we haven't. I mean, if you think so, angels and everything else that Doreen now talks negatively about, they didn't start with her, and they're not ending with her. Like, I mean, she's not some superior like human that now, like, she announced now there are angels, we believe in them, and now I'm denouncing the angels now, so they are non-existent. I mean, she really does not have that kind of power. Like, I mean, I don't know how else to say, but she doesn't have that kind of power. So yeah, like, really, whatever Doreen or anybody else is talking about, it shows where they are at, where their mindset is at, it's about that. However we react, whatever thoughts it causes in us, it shows where we are at. That's just, I guess, as simple as that. Like, If we don't like where we are at, then we can change something about it. And if we like where we are at, then we just can keep going on. Now, one thing that I want to leave, like, end this video with is that I like this quote by, well, it was in a movie called Harriet the Spy. I know it's a kid's movie. It's a little bit older movie, I think, too. But it has lots of good quotes in there. And one of them goes something like this. If we only listen to one person's opinion, we may never get anywhere new. So, with this said, I think this whole situation with Doreen has given the opportunity for a lot of people, for us to get somewhere new. Because there are a lot of people who took classes from Doreen. A lot of those people are doing some kind of angel work or mediumship work or spiritual work where they incorporate the angel or mediumship into their work, like from her classes. People who now carry on what they learned professionally, people who use it for personal reasons. There are a lot of people who didn't take her classes but read her books and use her oracle cards. Now I think we have this opportunity to listen to someone new and to find someone new to listen to, see how people who have learned from her, how they have taken what they learned from Doreen about the angels or other spiritual creatures, beings, and how, like, what's their interpretation is and what their experience is, and how, and we can listen also to people who just listen to people and their angel experiences, learn from those, and form our own, like, angel beliefs and experiences and shares them if we haven't already. Like, this is the opportunity for us to carry on, for us people who still believe in angels regardless of Doreen denouncing them or telling they are evil. We can continue to spread all that positiveness and empowerment and self-confidence and trusting in ourselves, and everything that Doreen once was spreading, the message she was spreading and the vibe she was giving out with her work. We can now continue each in our own different way, because I mean, she's clearly not in that kind of space right now. She clearly is in a very rigid kind of negative, kind of spreading negative message, kind of, I guess, spreading positive message, but in a very closed-minded way, I think would be the best I could describe. So, like, she's in a different place, in other words. So we can, like, it just gives opportunity to get somewhere new, for us to get somewhere new with everything we have learned. And that's basically what I wanted to say in this particular video. I don't think I'm gonna make any other videos in relation to this, unless Doreen comes out with some Z to A list of something that will inspire me to create the video. I don't know yet, but you know, this is what I felt like saying right now. And if you have listened to the end, thank you. And thank you for listening, watching, and yeah, if you have any comments, comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, click like, and yeah, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you, hopefully, maybe, in the next video. Bye.